Greetings everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Challenges Guide. And for those who are new to this series, the Weekly Challenges are a set of 5 races that usually go live Thursday night, Friday morning depending on your region, and usually consist of 4 races that can already be found in the game and may need to be unlocked, with a 5th one that's usually curated for that week only. And the purpose of these guides is to give you an overview as to what these races offer, whether it's aspirations, a drivetrain, or even particular makes. So let's kick things off with the American Sunday Cup 600, with 600 being the suggested performance points. It's a 3-lap race around the Daytona tri-oval, as opposed to the road course usually, and you will need a road car from the United States. Simple as that. So, there are a few examples here. It could be something old, it could be something more recent. Really your choice. For this, I just went with what was the first thing to mind, and it just so happens that it was a car used last week. It's the Ford Shelby GT350R. No real need to show you the stuff, it's basically the same thing I've been using all this time. Notes to consider, obviously, focus on top end speed and gearing if needed. You are going to be on the throttle the whole time, obviously, so those are kind of important there. And then keeping it steady, of course, as well. Certain cars there, you may have to tune up a bit to make them a bit more stable around. Obviously, the car I'm using, it's already quite stable enough. Might not be the same case for you if you use the car, so keep that in mind. Next is the Historic Sports Car Masters. It's a 5-lap race around Goodwood Motor Circuit, this spectacular little gym here. And you'll need a road car that is 580 performance points or less, and has to be from the years between 1960 and 1989. So it's really your age bracket for the cars that you are allowed to use. I'm just going to use one that's usually pretty reliable and will always work. That's the Ford GT40. Pretty much everything default power, default tires, default setup. Pretty much everything on it. I have the option to go a little more hardcore, but it drives just fine just the way it is, really. So of course to consider, turn 1, second gear, start out wide and turn in tight. Turns 3 and 4, second gear. Mind those curves because they can send you off if you hit them the exact wrong way. Turn 5, second gear through there, pretty much gentle there. Turn 6, also a second gear, but it's a tricky right-hander to get just right. And the chicane, second gear. Be mindful as to how you brake and how you take that, because it's very easy to either hit the walls or go off. Next, the Ferrari Circuit Challenge. It's a 6-lap race at D-Force Raceway, one of the first 2 trips to Switzerland. 700 pp or less, and has to be a car from Ferrari. Pretty simple. And as per usual, my 458 makes it out here. And I don't really feel too comfortable showing off the settings because I still feel like the setup needs some help there, especially after the last update that kind of changed things. But obviously there that is. And as far as corners to consider, turn 1, second gear. Turns 2 through 6, third gear, then into second for the rest of those corners. 7 through 8, third for 7 as you're going downhill, and second for that corner as you begin that uphill down that straight. And turn 9, second gear, maybe first if needed with how that corner is. Big thing to be careful about is be careful when you put down that power there. That's very easy to get loose, so be mindful of that. Next up is the World Touring Car 700. It's a 10-lap race, and this time it's around Autopolis International Racing Course with 10 times fuel use and 7 times tire wear. That's the variables for this week. So it's 700 performance points, so usually a Group 4 race, you don't have to use a Group 4 if you want to, just as long as it's under that 700 pp range. But I've decided for a little challenge to use a Group 4 car, and it's the V8 Vantage Group 4 I'm using. Racing mediums, as these are usually the tire although there is a bit of a twist for this particular circuit here. Turns 2 through 5, second gear, 6, third gear, gradually on power mid-corner, 7, second or first gear, but use the inside curve to rotate the car, third gear, gentle lift is for 8, 9 and 10, stay in third, keep the revs up, 11, second gear, and 12 through 14, third gear, gradually on the power low, past halfway in 13. Bonus tips, racing mediums or racing hards, because the left front is brutal with tire wear here. Short shift for fuel saving, depending on the car. And for an optional non-Group 4 car, use the DBR9. 3 clicks down on power and you're good to go. And finally, the special event, the final Renault Kangoo 1 make. It's a 4-lap race at Eiger, Nordwand for our second trip to Switzerland. And, well, what else? The Renault Kangoo, or the Renault Kangoo, excuse me. So, there's that, but there is going to be a little bit of a mid-transformation there, as I'm going to show you the settings here. I don't do too much, just soft tires, and mostly power. I think there's some gearing there, I forgot to display that. But hey, look at the proper livery for sending it. Anyway, course to consider, turns 1 through 4. First gear, use the grass for rotation. I found that very helpful, although you will need to try to control that. Turns 5. Third gear, hover around 62 to 61 miles per hour. I feel that was pretty good for momentum. And turn 7, second gear. Simple as that. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this video, whether you've just woken up to these challenges or whether you've played the game. This is the first time you've played the game in a long while. So if you enjoyed these videos they're usually up every Friday at 2 p.m. So if you did like this, then you know what to do. Give it a like, share it, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.